Hello everyone and welcome to a new chapter. Today we will be with two experts of the topic of climate change. They will tell you something about in a problems we found around it. So welcome both. We hope we learn a lot today.
Hi everyone, I am Greta Thunberg. I'm here to talk to you about the climate crisis we face. It is crucial that we take urgent action to protect your planet and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come. Together, we can make a difference. The time to act is now.
Good evening to everyone and continue with our podcast. We have received some questions from our listeners. So I'm gonna answer them.
How could you explain in a simple way what climate change is and why it's caused?
So the first question is from Colombia and it says, how does climate change influence the availability of fresh water and what impact does it have on agriculture and food security? So I can tell you that climate change affects the availability of fresh water by altering precipitation patterns and melting glaciers. It's important to know that agriculture is impacted by reducing irrigation and affects food security by decreasing the food the production food.
Climate change is the increase in Earth's average temperature due to the accumulation of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, primarily caused by human activities such as burning fossil fuels. This led to disruption in weather patterns and extreme weather events.
Why not that climate change affects the entire world? But how does this change affect regions such as the Arctic, tropical, and coastal regions?
Climate change affects different regions in various ways. In the Arctic, rapid ice melting affects species like polar bears and alters marine ecosystem. In tropical regions, hurricanes and drought intensify, impacting agriculture and biodiversity. In coastal areas, rising sea levels strain communities and coastal ecosystems.
On the other hand, we have a question from Manuela in United States. And the question is, in what way is climate change related to the migration of people and what are the social and political implications of this phenomenon? So the answer for Manuela is that climate change can lead to the migration of people due to natural disasters. For example, squares, floods, and tsunamis, maybe, it depends of the place. Also, the resource scarcity and conflicts. So we can say the social and political implications include tensions in receiving communities, forced displacement, and the need adaptation, police, and humanitarian.
According to the above, we can deduce that an ecosystem affected by climate change is the polar one, where animals such as polar bears, seals, and penguins are in danger due to the alteration of their habitats. What could be other ecosystems affected due to this phenomenon?
And finally, the last question before we end our episode, our podcast, is a question from Canada. And it says, what are some key solutions to mitigate climate change and its impacts? It's a good question. It's a complex question. But I can say that some key solutions to mitigate climate change include the transition to renewable energy source, and an important fact that is really common in this kind of topics is reducing greenhouse gas emissions. And finally, the idea that I have is implementing sustainable practices in agriculture and industry.
Other ecosystem affected by climate change include forests, where wildfires increase and biodiversity declines, coral reefs suffering from bleaching due to rising water temperatures, and high mountain ecosystem, where glacier retreat affects water ability and cold adapt flora and fauna.